You open your laptop, and instead of your manager sending you a new assignment, an AI agent has already completed it. The report is written, the presentation is ready, the code is generated, the emails are answered, the data is analyzed, and the company suddenly realizes they don't need as many people to do the same amount of work. Sounds scary? Here's the part that should scare you even more. The biggest change may not be AI will replace humans. It may be humans who know how to use AI will replace humans who don't. And this isn't just a Silicon Valley conversation anymore. AI is already changing the way companies think about productivity, skills, and jobs. Recent discussions from Indian business leaders are increasingly framing AI not simply as automation, but as a technology that can allow people with less experience to become more productive and move toward higher value work. So today we're going to answer the question almost everyone is secretly asking: will AI take your job? And more importantly, what should you do before it happens? Because by the end of this video, I'll show you which jobs are most exposed, which jobs are harder to replace, why some highly paid jobs may actually be vulnerable, why AI could create opportunities nobody expects, and the 5 skills I believe will matter most in the AI economy. Stay until the end, because number 5 could completely change how you think about your career. Let's start with something uncomfortable. The AI revolution isn't coming, it's already here. Generative AI has moved from simple chatbots into coding, research, content creation, customer support, analysis, education, and business workflows. And now we're seeing another shift: AI agents. Instead of simply asking AI, write this email, you can increasingly ask AI to find the information, analyze it, create the email, update the document, and prepare the next action. That's a completely different level of automation. And this is why the conversation about AI and jobs is changing. Earlier, automation mostly targeted repetitive physical tasks. Then software automated repetitive office work. Now generative AI is moving deeper into knowledge work: writing, programming, research, design, analysis, documentation, customer service, and even parts of management. Recent reporting has highlighted another uncomfortable development. Technology companies have been restructuring teams while increasing their use of AI. But here's where many videos get this completely wrong. They tell you AI will destroy all jobs. That's sensational, and it's probably too simplistic. The real story is much more interesting. Let's make one important distinction. AI usually doesn't walk into a company and say, "Today, I'm replacing John." Instead, AI replaces tasks. And a job is usually a collection of many tasks. Take a software developer. A developer doesn't just write code, they understand requirements, talk to stakeholders, design systems, debug problems, review code, make architectural decisions, understand production failures, manage risk, communicate with other teams, and yes, write code. AI can already help with some of those activities, but that doesn't automatically mean software developer sounds obsolete. Instead, the job itself changes. The same thing happened with calculators. Calculators didn't eliminate mathematics. Spreadsheets didn't eliminate accountants. Search engines didn't eliminate researchers. Photography software didn't eliminate photographers. But they changed what valuable human work looked like. And that's the key. The question isn't, can AI do my task? The better question is, if AI does 50% of my current tasks, what valuable work will I do with the other 50%? That's where the winners of the AI economy will separate themselves. Now let's talk about the uncomfortable part. Which jobs are more exposed to AI? Think about work that has these characteristics: highly repetitive, digital, rule-based, text-heavy, predictable, easy to measure, and based heavily on existing information. For example, basic data entry, simple content production, routine documentation, basic customer support, simple translation, basic reporting, certain administrative tasks, some repetitive coding tasks, and parts of research and analysis. Notice what I said: parts of jobs, not necessarily entire professions. This distinction matters enormously. Imagine a customer support employee. If AI can answer 60% of common questions automatically, the company may need fewer people answering routine questions. But the remaining employees may handle complex customers, escalations, relationship management, fraud, special cases, and high-value clients. So AI doesn't necessarily eliminate the entire department. It can change the ratio between routine work and high-value work. And that pattern is likely to appear across industries. But here's something that may surprise you. You might think, okay, low-skilled jobs are at risk. Not necessarily. Some highly educated white-collar workers may also face significant disruption. Why? Because education level doesn't automatically protect you from automation. A task can be highly intellectual and still be automatable. For example, generating a standard report is intellectual. Writing a summary is intellectual. Analyzing a spreadsheet is intellectual. Writing basic code is intellectual. Creating a presentation is intellectual. But if the process is predictable enough, AI can potentially assist with a large part of it. That's why the future isn't simply going to be manual workers versus AI. It may increasingly become routine workers versus adaptive workers. And that is a completely different battle. Now let's flip the story. If AI creates disruption, who benefits? The answer may be AI-augmented professionals. Imagine two employees. Employee A says, I don't trust AI. I'll keep doing everything manually. Employee B says, I'll learn how AI works, verify its output, automate repetitive tasks, and spend my time solving harder problems. Give them the same amount of time. Who do you think becomes more productive? And this is why AI literacy is becoming increasingly important. The emerging workplace isn't necessarily human or AI. It's increasingly human plus AI. A developer plus coding agent, a marketer plus AI research, a designer plus generative tools, a teacher plus AI tutoring assistants, a lawyer plus AI document analysis, a business analyst plus AI data tools, a creator plus AI production tools. The winning combination may not be become an AI expert. It may be become extremely good at your profession and learn how AI changes it. That's a much more realistic strategy. Here's the mistake I see everywhere. People are collecting AI tools, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Grok, Perplexity, Copilot, image generators, video generators, AI coding tools. And they think, I know AI. No. Knowing 20 AI tools doesn't automatically make you valuable, because tools change. Today's hottest AI application could be replaced 6 months from now. The deeper skill is understanding. What problem am I solving? That's why prompt engineering alone isn't enough. The real skill is problem solving plus domain expertise, plus AI leverage. Suppose you're a Java developer. Knowing ChatGPT isn't enough. But knowing Java, Spring Boot, APIs, cloud, databases, system design, and knowing how to use AI coding agents to accelerate development, now you become much more interesting. The same applies to almost every profession. So let's get practical. If I were starting my career today, these are the 5 areas I would prioritize. Skill number 1. AI literacy. You don't need to become a machine learning researcher, but you should understand what generative AI can do, what it cannot do, how to prompt it, how to verify outputs, how to use AI responsibly, and how to integrate it into your workflow. Skill number 2. Domain expertise. This may become more valuable, not less. Why? Because AI can generate an answer, but someone still needs to know, is this answer actually correct? A person with deep domain knowledge can detect mistakes. A person without domain knowledge may simply believe the AI. That's dangerous. Skill number 3. Automation. Don't just use AI manually. Ask, can I turn this repeated process into a workflow? For example, data comes in. AI analyzes it. A decision is generated. A document is created. An email is prepared. A human reviews it. the system moves to the next step. That's where AI starts becoming more than a chatbot. It becomes part of a business process. Skill number 4, communication. This one sounds old-fashioned, but it could become even more valuable. Because when AI makes information abundant, the ability to explain what matters, why does it matter, what should we do next, becomes incredibly important. People who can communicate complex ideas clearly will continue to have an advantage. Skill number 5, adaptability. And this might be the most important one. The AI tools you learn today may not be the tools you use 3 years from now. So don't build your career around one application. Build your career around learning how to learn, because the technology is moving faster than traditional career planning. Think about how people traditionally planned careers. Study for 4 years, get a job, learn one technology, stay in the same field, get promoted, retire. AI may make this model increasingly difficult. Instead, careers may become more like learn, apply, adapt, relearn, specialize, reinvent. And that's not necessarily bad. It could actually create more opportunities. A person who started in marketing could learn AI automation. A developer could move into AI engineering. A teacher could become an AI-enabled instructional designer. A finance professional could move into AI-powered analytics. A content creator could become an AI production specialist. The boundaries between professions may become increasingly blurred. Here's the fascinating part. Every major technology wave creates jobs that previously didn't exist. Think about app developers, cloud engineers, social media managers, UX designers, data scientists, cybersecurity professionals. These weren't mainstream career paths in the same way decades ago. AI could create new categories too. AI workflow designers, AI automation architects, AI agents specialists, AI governance professionals, AI security specialists, synthetic data specialists, AI product managers, human AI interaction designers, and hybrid roles we haven't even named yet. In fact, universities are already beginning to design courses around AI-assisted software engineering workflows, showing how quickly education itself is adapting to these technologies. So the future isn't simply AI destroys jobs. It may be AI destroys some tasks, transforms existing jobs, and creates entirely new categories of work. Forget, will AI take my job? Ask this instead. If AI became 10 times better tomorrow, what part of my job would become unnecessary? Write that down. Now ask, what part of my job would become more valuable? Maybe it's decision-making, leadership, creativity, customer relationships, architecture, strategy, negotiation, problem-solving, trust. Then build your career around those areas. That's how you prepare. Not by panicking, not by ignoring AI, and not by blindly chasing every new tool. And here's something you can actually do. For the next 30 days, don't try to learn 30 AI tools. Pick one AI tool, then pick one problem from your actual work or studies. Every day, ask, can AI make this faster? Day 1. Identify repetitive tasks. Day 5. Use AI to assist with one task. Day 10. Create a repeatable prompt or workflow. Day 15. Connect multiple steps. Day 20. Measure the time saved. Day 25. Improve the process. Day 30. You should have one real AI-powered workflow you can demonstrate. And that's far more valuable in an interview than saying, I watched 50 videos about AI. So, will AI take your job? For some people, yes, parts of their work may disappear. For others, their job may change dramatically. And for many, AI may actually make them more productive and capable. But there is one group I would be most concerned about. Not people who don't know AI today, but people who refuse to adapt tomorrow. Because technology doesn't wait for everyone to feel comfortable. The people who experiment early, learn faster, and combine AI with real expertise may have a very different career trajectory. So don't ask, how do I stop AI? Ask, how can I become the person who knows how to use it better than everyone around me? And this is where our next video becomes extremely interesting, because now that you know AI is changing jobs, the next question is, which careers are actually going to grow because of AI? I'm going to break down the 10 AI-powered careers that could become extremely valuable over the next few years, including careers that most people aren't even talking about yet. So if you're a student, an employee, a developer, a creator, or someone thinking about switching careers, subscribe to SKRs. Let's learn together. Because the goal isn't to predict the future, it's to prepare for it. See you in the next one.
If you are serious about your future, like, share, and subscribe. You grow, I grow. Let's grow together.